Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about the video I made here regarding the foretellers. I made this video because, well, as the title says, I don't really like them. And this video, I know you guys can't see it, but it has 13 likes and 14 dislikes. It's a video of mine that, just like my Nomura one, has a lot of discourse. And I just wanted to clear up some things regarding why I dislike the foretellers. And if anyone has anything they'd like to say about it, please comment again below, and we can talk about it. So we're gonna start with the first comment here, and it says, "I feel the exact opposite. Foretellers are probably the most interesting thing Kingdom Hearts added, since they forgot Final Fantasy is a third of the recipe for a Kingdom Hearts game." Okay, that comment's fine, actually. The only thing I don't like uh, about the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts thing is that Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts can have some comparisons, but they don't exactly have the same formula. The recipe might have some similar items used to make the food, but the food will taste differently depending on how you mix. And the games are mixed totally differently. The characters and even the story progression for the characters is totally different. Most interesting thing, I don't really know about that. The most interesting thing, probably to me, that was added in Kingdom Hearts was when we figured out that uh, in the beginning, Chain of Memories uh, actually wasn't originally Castle Oblivion. The in Chain of Memories, the Castle Oblivion, it was actually something more important in Birth by Sleep. That was actually the most interesting thing added because we learned more about the Birth by Sleep cast and about Sora and how him and Ventus technically had a reunion before they even knew. Yeah, they didn't meet, but like they were in the same area, which is crazy. Um, let's read this comment here. Master of Masters explains clear as day why he sends Luxu uh, in UX. During a conversation he was having with a darkness about the subject, Luxu has the memories, and the gazing eye is the medium. What this means is that anytime Luxu exists as well as the Keyblade, the Master Master can travel to that period whenever he pleases. It was all for a waypoint. We even see this hold its own passive payoff when he meets with young Xehanort that he then uses to guide Xehanort to become the Dark Seeker. That is true. All of this comment is true. But that doesn't mean I like it. It really waters down the entire story regarding Master Xehanort. The Master of Masters, the Master of Masters in really waters down the story. Now listen to me here. I can explain it very well. Originally, Xehanort was looking to use Kingdom Hearts to bring a balance back to the world. Also, he was originally using Kingdom Hearts to the Kingdom Hearts, the heart in the sky, to unlock the truth about, now that we know, the world that is outside of their world, in trying to understand more about the power of the Keyblade. The issue I have is that if he trained with the Master of Masters and figured out more about the darkness and everything he was trying to figure out in the previous Kingdom Hearts games, then why did he do everything he did? What was the point? Yes, in Kingdom Hearts 3, it was to, he quotably save the world. But the problem here is this. If the Master of Masters was waiting for Xehanort to do his thing, and same for Luxu, I have a problem with that. Because that means that the Master of Masters, or Luxu, or Xigbar, if you call him that, was number one, on the sidelines watching all of this happen from the very beginning, or number two, they were hoping for Sora to win. Because the Master of Masters was trying to learn more about everything. He knows everything, he says, but there's probably more he wants to understand. If Xehanort would have won, he would have learned what would have happened after the X-Blade was complete and used to reset. But that wouldn't have been the answer he was fully looking for anyway. He did all of what happened in Kingdom Hearts, caused multiple different storylines to happen, just for Xehanort in the end to almost win and then lose, because Sora uses the power of waking. But what confuses me is this. If the Master of Masters knew that Sora was going to use the power of waking to win, I have an issue then. Why in the world did he even then train Xehanort if he was going to lose? Everything then in Kingdom Hearts 1 all the way to 3 doesn't even matter, because he knew they were going to lose. So what are the stakes? There were no stakes. All this time we thought Xehanort was the big bad, and instead we have some weird being with all this knowledge that is seen sometimes even as a divine figure, with strength that we have never seen before in Kingdom Hearts. And it just really makes me uncomfortable, because he's taking Kingdom Hearts in a direction that could have the same issues as Final Fantasy XIII, where the games begin to progressively become more and more accepted by the community as being cash grabs, and having bigger and bigger enemies just to make the stakes higher and higher. Nomura doesn't have to do that. All he has to do is take the story back to its roots and grow back on that again. There are still a bunch of characters that need development, and no one's talking about that. Everyone's just jumping to this Master of Masters thing, but it sucks, because it really makes it so you have all these extra characters now having to need their stories filled out, but we still have previous characters that don't even have their stories complete. I'm going to make a video on that, and this comment here is probably going to be the anchor for it. Let's go here. I'm unable to agree with you on this one. Kingdom Hearts is, and have for most part always been, very big on the past darkness. From the past will come to light. This then has been in most, if not all, the games. That's fine. But the Master of Masters doesn't just use only darkness. As what we know of, he can create life, which can be used by both light and darkness. We know he can use every light and dark ability because he trained Xehanort. And since he's a Keyblade wielder, he had to figure out what he was chosen for to be a Keyblade wielder. He's supposed to know everything. If he's the Master of Masters, he probably has taught multiple different people about how to use their Keyblade. He's taught multiple different Keyblade builders in the short story we got, and each one of them have a unique fighting style, unique abilities, and can use all of the magic, at least the beginner magic, of every element. So the darkness situation doesn't make sense. Yes, he wants to, in this short story, it says the world will fall into darkness. But why? Because of war? Or because of darkness winning? Is it because of Xehanort? Because that doesn't make sense. Xehanort was going to use light to fix the world. So yes, Xehanort went to darkness and it was going to use light to fix it all. What you said here, past darkness, from the past, will come to light. So is Xehanort the past darkness and will come to light? But it's weird because Xehanort was going to use light to fix the world. So then why did Sora need to use his light? Is it because Xehanort was using the light in an evil way? That doesn't make any sense. So why did the Master of Masters care so much? At the end of the day, the light was going to win. And so his students that had a heart attack about the darkness taking over, the darkness at the end joined the light. Antimon's quote says, or I think it's Xemnas actually, it says, "You are a traitor to darkness just as light." The problem here is this. They literally were rejoining light when Master Xehanort formed the X-Blade and was going to use it to reset the world. I don't understand. Master Xehanort literally uses light with the X-Blade. He literally uses it. So I don't understand what's this division he created, that darkness and light, with his own students, causing the entire conundrum in the short story that was given to us. He caused all of these problems. And at the end of the day, darkness and light was used by a darkness user. It's crazy. Why? Why did all of it have to happen then? Why does it all matter? I don't understand what Nomura was going for with that. Because Riku uses darkness and Sora uses light. Okay, but Roxas can use darkness and light. He has Oblivion and he has Oathkeeper. So Sora then can also kind of use darkness. He can hold those Keyblades. They come from him. Roxas is his nobody. So what does that mean then? Is Sora supposed to be the light? And then he becomes the darkness, just like Xehanort? It doesn't make sense, because why then does it matter? Because Xehanort already was going to use light anyway to fix the past darknesses. Literally, so I don't get it. Let's go to the next comment. Thank you for the comments as well. Let's be honest, the only part of the whole Foreteller saga that's worth something is the 5 minutes where the Master of Max explains his backstory, which could have just been a flashback in Kingdom Hearts 4, and it probably will be anyway. I agree with this. Nomura only made the Master of Masters to make Kingdom Hearts more like Final Fantasy. So, before I watched the video, my spouse had similar complaints about the overuse of black coats and hidden identities. The way I see it, the Foretellers are the next iteration of Organization 13 style bad guys, but perhaps with more gray storytelling, with the factions within the organization perhaps holding different alignments. But all the narrative flaws with Org 13 were on full showcase with the Foretellers. Hopefully they will be fleshed out well, like some Organization 13 members have been. I agree. We just have to be patient regarding how the Foretellers will be. But the issue I have with the Foretellers regarding their character growth is we skipped a huge chunk of Kingdom Hearts, because that happened a long time ago when they were introduced to now. If they are putting all of that in Kingdom Hearts 4, it would make the game too big. Or it would make it feel rushed, or it would make it feel like a whole bunch of plot being spit onto you by words. Show don't tell, Nomura. Now you can tell sometimes, but we want to experience the story of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has so much that can still be done with it, and we're forcing this agenda of characters needing to be added in to make it more, I'm guessing, feel full? To make it feel more full? The story feels full, Nomura. Yes, the black coats, we don't need that anymore. The hidden identities, please stop. We can have those once in a while, but we literally had a cutscene in Melody Memories of someone with an identity. We thought it was the Master of Masters, and it was Xehanort. Please, Nomura, we could have just known it was Xehanort. He literally doesn't need to be a hidden identity anymore. The Organization 13 styled bad guys is also interesting because they had a coup in Chain of Memories. We all know that. Because they each have their own personalities of what they wanted to do with the Keyblade wielder. The Foretellers are puppets of the Master of Masters. And this is what makes me mad. He knows all of their strengths, all of their weaknesses, and how to make them tick and fall apart. These characters are so bad Because the Master of Masters just has to say one thing to them or do one thing to them that he knows is their weakness because he trained them, and then they'll be useless in the story, and then Sora will have to fix all of it. It literally forces the narrative of this boring foreplay of a godly figure knowing everything about you. Where is the fun in that? No one likes a character that can do everything. Unless the character worked to be able to do everything and is built up to be known to do everything and is like, let's say Madara from Naruto, where he's like seen as this powerful figure for so long in Naruto, and when he finally shows up, boom, we get the payoff. But there's another powerful figure named Hashirama that was also his equal. Why is the Master of Masters so basic? Why does he have to be this Obito? Like, we don't want that. Like, he's just like this narrative character that spits out flaws about people. That's annoying. No one likes that. Let's go to the next comment. I feel the exact opposite. Love a well-developed and Kingdom Hearts UX and back cover. I'm so happy that they are the new villains of Phase 2. But the problem is that we don't even know if they are the main villains. They could be just extras, just to help Sora figure out what's going on, or they could be just characters that are trying to figure out their own way. You do know some of them don't want the world to fall into darkness and even betrayed or tried to betray the Master of Masters. So at the end of the day, we have no idea what they're going to do with these characters. But I'm happy you actually are happy for them to be the new villains or whatever they will be. Sora literally gave up by using his power of waking to get Kairi back. He is literally dead right now, something we had no idea could happen. I don't know, man, not to downplay you, but it sounds like you're just stuck in the Seeker of Darkness saga. You completely left out the part about unreality. And not only that, you completely left out the whole of Dark Road in UX. And forgot to mention all the times it's been hinted at that Xigbar wasn't as he seemed, like in DDD or in BBS. And to argue even further, Xehanort being connected to the Master of Masters would know a great deal about his Keyblade. Knowing this, who else knows about this Keyblade? Why would I would say brag, but I think it's maybe break, even though you can be bequeathed one? And why else would Xehanort be so close to him? It was just under your nose, and you probably felt cheated because you feel like the character of Lushu doesn't match Xigbar, when you forgot that the Master of Masters was playful, while also serious and sly, while Lushu being an example of an apprentice imprinting on their master. I mean, it's all over his character, not to mention his numerous body swaps to get through history in one piece. Of course, they would have find a way for him to come back. It's literally written in the book that darkness will prevail and light expire, which it did, until Sora flipped the script, which makes him versus the foretellers even more interesting, assuming Lushu was the traitor. Okay, so this comment is the reason why I'm making this video. I understand everything he's saying here, but also everything in this comment is not Kingdom Hearts. It's weird explanations put out to make a character that was already perfect now boring. So let me explain. A boring character is worse than a character that's entertaining for a small amount of time. Whenever we see Xigbar now in Kingdom Hearts 4, we're not going to be like, oh, it's Xigbar. It's the man that Xehanort trusted in the previous games to be close to him. No, it's going to be, oh, it's Lushu, the character that no one cared about in back cover. No one cared at all. Yes, I agree. Darkness did win in Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sora had to use the power of waking to fix it. But there's literally a problem I have with this. It is stated the Master of Masters knows everything. So he knew that Sora was going to use the power of waking to fix all of this. So where's the surprise? Where's the flipped the script? Where's the, oh my god, I didn't know that was gonna be possible? It was stated the Master of Masters knows all of those abilities. He even taught Xehanort how to do it. Everything Ansem knows, everything Xemnas knows, everything young Xehanort knows, and old man Xehanort knows, is all because of the Master of Masters and then what they did after with Ansem. So, I don't get it. Why does it matter? And it's not that I feel cheated about the character. I just don't think Lushu's a good character. He makes Xigbar how should I say it without making it sound like I'm forcing some type of belief onto someone? It sounds as if Nomura needed a character that no one would expect to be something to be something. We didn't need Xigbar to be this big bad reveal. Yeah, it was shocking and at first, but it makes the story weird. Because Birth by Sleep, all of the things that happen between Xehanort and the Birth by Sleep cast was all scripted. The Master of Masters had his hand all in the cookie jar, doing all of this. So everything that happened was because of the Master of Masters. That sucks. Because then it doesn't put the blame on Xehanort. It puts the blame on him. Because Xehanort wouldn't have become what he was if it wasn't for him. So that then takes away from Xehanort's character. All the years we've been with him in Xemnas and Ansem to make this other character be seen as some intelligent villain that was able to get Xehanort to do as he pleased. That sucks, because it's another flashback to the organization. The Master of Masters was controlling, technically, Xehanort to do what he thought would have been best, to also then control the organization, because the organization worked for Xehanort to do so. That's boring, because then it means that all of what happened in Kingdom Hearts 1 with Riku, up to Kingdom Hearts 3, all was because of the Master of Masters. Riku struggling through his darkness was scripted by the Master of Masters. But also, he was able to tame the darkness Riku. So then would that mean that Riku also flipped the script by using darkness for good? That wouldn't make any sense, because there's no way he thought about the Master of Masters back when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. So that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense of how he wanted Riku to go through this darkness saga to start using the darkness for good. You're telling me Nomura was thinking about the Master of Masters in Chain of Memories? No. He literally made up the Master of Masters just to add on another big villain, so people were like, oh, he's smarter than Xehanort. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the big deal. It's finally getting serious. Even though it already was. It's just dumb. Because we don't need a villain like that. We could have gotten something a lot more cool. But instead, we just got another person that can use a Keyblade that's dangerous because of its Keyblade. That's literally it. Nothing special. Just a Keyblade user with divine knowledge. Cool. But this comment's really nice. I'm actually going to make a couple videos because of this comment, so thank you for the comment. Let's keep going. They are literally make vague character to eventually fill in plot points. I agree with that. I said that in the video. It doesn't help that you have to go through the mobile games cutscenes in order to learn about them more. Now, there's a couple replies to this. That's with any Kingdom Hearts game. You'd have to do the same with Days Encoded. Even Kingdom Hearts 1's cutscenes are Kingdom Hearts. It'd be better if we also know the foretellers in the main games, besides secret cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 3. Just say you are not into mobile games despite being free to play and leave LMAO. I didn't know what this comment meant, but sure. I couldn't even play Union X years ago. My tablet struggled downloading it. And I'm not even reading a lot of dialogue. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan too. I should be allowed to comment. You didn't even make a point. True. Oh. Let's get here. In the beginning, Kingdom Hearts had a level of restraint that was necessary to have, since the very concept was a bit out of left field. They went with the simple but well executed concepts along a coming of age hero's journey that was lovable for fans of Disney and Final Fantasy alike, as well as many others. At this point in the franchise, the lore is so deep, all over the place. Excuse me, at the cough. It is all over the place, actually. I do agree with this. And it's something Nomura could fix. He could fix this by not doing what I'm hoping Kingdom Hearts 4 and grounding the game again. That's really what I'm hoping for. But all this comment here, not this top part, I want to go down to here. This part of the comment is what makes the video have some interest in it. I feel about Kingdom Hearts 3 like it did about Borderlands 3, in that the gameplay is legitimately the best it's ever been in my opinion. With a few gripes that I'm grateful the modding scene has done a lot to remedy. But the story is so far down the S word, I consider it functionally unsalvageable, save for a soft reboot or something. I don't suspect as much, but I hold a small amount of hope that there will at least continue to be things I find valuable from the series in the future. At least enough that I choose to keep playing the games. I agree with this comment wholeheartedly. It's perfect. And the comments here, regarding this, Kingdom Hearts 3 has so many issues, but it could get, if it ever has something that needs to be done to make it better in the future, they probably will do that. But that is what I wanted to talk about in the video. The comments. I don't like anything being done with Kingdom Hearts and the foretellers. It really just bogs down the story, and it really hurts the story, because all it does is tear apart the original franchise of Kingdom Hearts. This character here, these two characters, destroy Kingdom Hearts. It sucks because of that. They force a expectation in the story that holds too much that we cannot fully understand until 50 games come out to finally understand everything that's going on. And we don't want that. Instead, we want a concise and grounded story that can hold its weight and make it more enjoyable for all of us to play. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.